Hello, and welcome back to another one of these lectures. I will be shortly returning to my lectures regarding the Ultimate Smash tournament, but it appears that we are close to one tournament that also has been happening around this time, and the creatures that take part within it. It has come down to four final creatures, who I will be discussing today. The first of these creatures is a little bit of a bias of mine, one of the best ones here. And that, it is the Swooping Philadelphian Eagle. The Swooping Philadelphian Eagle is a large bird creature. There's not really as much to say about it. We do know that this is a species and not one of a kind, as it has had one encounter with a Sir Ace Ventura. The Sir Ace Ventura was an ornithologist who was attempting to study a rare species of pigeon when one of these giant creatures came and tried to eat that pigeon. Ace Ventura, then extremely angrily, he attempted to slay this creature, and did manage to do so. But that's more of a story for another time. Another notable thing about this particular creature is that it hates the Patriots, because the Patriots suck. This next creature has a little bit more of a backstory and lore to it. The North American werewolf is a creature that's known to roam the forests of the North Americas, especially near the Kansas territory. There is no one quite knows the origins regarding this creature. But, however, there is one fairly popular myth about this particular creature. In this myth, a Native American chief is bitten by a werewolf, which, yes, do exist in this world. But instead of doing the typical werewolf thing of going completely savage and killing everyone around him, he instead decides it's to try to help his tribe and uses his new werewolf abilities. He is to defend his tribe from any invaders. The truth and reality of the story is still up for debate. However, there is a few things we know about this particular creature. It is, in fact, we don't know what this creature exactly is. There have been debates about whether or not it's a werewolf or a direwolf. We have never actually seen it during the day, which leads a bit more credence to the werewolf theory. However, we do know that several Native American tribes have used this creature as a form of defense, hence often training it the same way that people have trained dogs for thousands of years. Other than that, there's, again, really not that much to this creature. You might be able to tell from this episode, I'm having a little bit of difficulty coming up with the lore here, mostly because of the fact that these are just really, mascots, and there's not really that much to go off of, so I'm pretty much just making stuff up as I go. So, if it seems clumsy, that's because it is. The next creature that we will be covering is one of a species, not an individual like the last one. And this one we've also found more recently, during the gold rush of 1849. This creature was first discovered and fought. During the gold rush, several people attempted to go find gold in the mines of the California area. Several people didn't get lucky, but few did. But, however, the most unlucky thing that could have happened did. You see, in those Californian caves was the home of the Californian cave troll. The Californian cave troll, who was a creature whose his entire civilization rests upon the concept of gold. They use gold to decorate themselves, they use gold to decorate their weapons, and some have suggested that part of their physical autonomy is even made of gold. Gold, such as their pickaxe-like tails and their horns, that some have stated resembles the hat of a miner. While they were mining in these mines looking for gold, they angered and awoke these particular creatures, and in doing so, summoned their wrath upon themselves. Several of the miners were slain by this creature, whose strength outmatched them. This creature stands about the height of 9'5", and towers over most humans. Its main form of attack is that of its tail, which, as I stated before, is made of pure gold, and greatly resembles a pickaxe. When it comes to this creature, it will mostly leave you alone if you leave it alone, as it's very territorial, but I would not recommend going to go mess with it. So for this one, this was probably the hardest one here, because the other ones had at least a little bit of animalistic stuff that I could pull from it. You know, eagle being a giant eagle, Bengals, it's just a giant tiger thing. So they all had stuff I could reasonably pull from it. But this one, on the other hand, was pretty much their mascot is a human. So when it came to actually making that into a more monstery form, it was a lot more difficult. And I had to get a lot more creative with the design than I have to do for the other ones. Overall, I think I actually did a pretty good job. It's somewhat not my favorite of the episode. That would definitely be the Eagles one. But in all fairness, that actually looks fairly good for what I had to work with. But I hope you enjoy it, and here it is. The final creature we will be talking about today is one that I honestly know very little about. It's known as the Bengal tiger, which I personally view as a stupid name, considering that Bengal tigers already exist. This one was named after the guy who discovered it, whose name also simultaneously was Bengal. Oh, really terrible idea, in my humble opinion. This creature is most well known for its unique color pattern. It operates as a reverse of most tigers, which have the orange main color and then the black stripes. This one has more of a black fur with the bright orange stripes. It's also known for its extremely fluffy white fur that goes around its back and around its face. Beyond that, it's just an extremely large tiger. That also happens to be in the middle of North America. Most would say that it stands out like a sore thumb. It doesn't really have that much to camouflage itself to blend into the environment. But it doesn't particularly need that. It is a very feared hunter, in general. And I would not recommend going anywhere near this creature, remotely. If you see it, it is likely already too late, being completely honest here. There have been very little to actually survive an encounter with this creature, except for one. Which, as it happens, was the winner of the tournament last year. The mighty ram was a giant monster that, as per the name, resembles a giant sheep, with horns and, the whole thing. It's triumphantly fought this monster, and somehow managed to win. Actually, fairly easily. But so far, it is the one creature known to actually have solidly defeated it. That is all for today. Goodbye.